Welcome to the channel, but more importantly, welcome to this game. This game can be big, complex, and incredibly fun, rich, and deep. And I'm here to help you avoid the pitfalls that can frustrate so many people and help you have a good time, whether you end up being the sweatiest of in-game players or just a casual player who wants to log in once a day and be your favorite superhero and beat up some other superheroes. Now, I'm going to list all my credentials, but if you're not interested in that, if you're already like, dude, you know what? Just get to the top 10 most important things to know about this game as I get started. Go to the timestamp in the description, jump straight into it. My goal is to get you here as quickly and as efficiently as possible and off having fun playing the game. All right, my credentials, my channel name, and obviously I go by Vega for this channel, is I've been playing this game almost since the beginning. Yes, that's like 10 years. It's been a really long time. I've seen it evolve, and like I said, it becomes even more deep, rich, and complex. And if you want to dive into the nuance, there's a really big, massive in-game for you. But you can also play this very casually. In the main PvP mode, player versus player modes of this game, Alliance War, I have finished in the top 3 in the whole game, and I've done that more than once, and finished in Masters, which is the highest bracket, multiple times. In the other PvP, like single player mode of Battlegrounds, a lot of fun, one of my favorite modes, I've finished in the top 200 players a couple times, and then traditionally fall in the top like 700, 600, 500. I now obviously run this channel and have been for a series of years, and I have recently started my own free-to-play account, which is what we're on right here, and we're going to be taking a lot of look at. And I have recently done this, which has given you a very good idea and ability to recollect what is in the beginning of this game and how to help you avoid all those things that a lot of us have learned over the course of 10 years. And then last but not least, of course, of the variety of videos that I make a monthly tier list. We've been doing this for about 5 years. And I say we, because I have a group of people who are so smart about this game that helps me out every single month. And like I said, they are so smart about this game that I can say, because they are public about it, that 3 of the people who have helped me out with this list, who review it every single month for 5 years, are now actually full-time employed by Kabam, the company that makes this game. And in many ways, I can see their fingerprints on various portions of the game, be it champion design, the quest, and the balancing, the whole thing, that make this game as great as it is. So that's just kind of the quality that I tend to bring around myself and ensuring that we get out the best information possible to you. And if all of that still is not enough to convince you that I'm a pretty good resource for this, my channel is a good resource, and the shout outs I make and the team that I call the MCoC Illuminati, because the viewers name them that because they were so smart, isn't enough. This is literally the live game lead for the game for Marvel Contest of Champions, employed by Kabam, on a recent live stream to me, telling you how great this tier list is and the information we put out.
Yeah, I use the sheet. Your tier list is the one that I use internally, and then I give to other designers when they ask me for a tier list.
All right, like I said, I'm going to intend to make this as quickly as possible. We're going to get into our first thing, and this is number 1. When I was making this list, it just happened to land at 10, but it's units. It's that in the upper right hand corner, you're going to get to know what they look like. They're gray. In the beginning, the tutorial, I know they make you spend them because they want you to see how it is. I get it. Kabam's a company, they want to make money. That's fine. But I'm showing you right here, and it's amazing because there's just so many things for sale. And don't worry, we're going to go over this sort of thing. And you don't have to spend money to enjoy this game. I literally have spent no dollars on this account you're looking at, and I'm having a great time on it. But it's right here. These are your units. You can get them via questing. You can get them a variety of ways. You can go to the arena, grind them out, and they are the main currency in this game. Now, you can always stop by a stream and ask me questions, but my main advice is do not spend units on literally anything until you get to some of the other subjects we're going to talk about in this game. All right, this literally goes hand in hand with the units. There is constantly these crystals for sale. I get it. It's fun to gamble, to take a chance. This is one of the ways in which you can acquire champions. There's a variety of star level of champions that get stronger as we go. We'll get into that again as we go through this. Do not spend your units on this, okay? There are exceptions to this rule, but as a general rule, you see the drop rates on there. Trust me, if you are enjoying this game, you are going to move past. You can see that the 4-star on this particular crystal that I've clicked on, you are more likely than not to get a 4-star version of the champion on this crystal, and you will progress past 4 stars incredibly quickly in this game. All right, so what are you supposed to spend your units on? I hopefully have convinced you to like, don't spend them on any of these things. You're like, well, they're the major currency in the game as well. Am I ever going to spend them? Yes. And here's literally what it is. This is your mastery tree, and you're going to get to this by clicking on your profile picture, and then you can see right here on the left side, it says mastery. Kabam does want you to learn how to play this game and get better at it, so they're directing you to it, right? And you're going to start off in the proficiency tree. If you're unfamiliar with masteries completely, these are ways to accentuate your characters. They're going to apply to all of your characters, and some characters are going to have kits, abilities, skills, let's call them, that will be more or less accentuated by these trees, but these will apply to all of your champions, which is why you want to save your units for them, because they are permanent and they never expire, right? I'm still using the ones I got 10 years ago, where I'm definitely not using the champions I got 10 years ago. So save it for this, and they are very important. They help your champions survive longer and do significantly more damage, and to help tackle the challenges the game is going to throw at you. You're going to want to start here in this proficiency tree, and you can see we've started with parry. You can read through there and see why. And then as you continue to go right, it will unlock the ability to put more mastery points into these abilities. And you will sometimes need to use your units to buy cores to unlock them, depending on how valuable and how far along the tree the masteries are. You're going to eventually get to stupefy here. And then, of course, this dexterity. The tutorial in the game, you've probably already done it now that you've watched this video. You've probably already done it. Will help you with some of that initially. Now, this one is a bit more advanced, but I do want to point it out because it's in the proficiency tree. You're going to want this. The Mystic class, it's one of the 6 classes in the game, is incredibly powerful, and the champions just feel like totally different champions with or without this mastery. I've got it locked at 5 out of 5, or unlocked at 5 out of 5 on my big whale 10-year-old account. On my new one, this is what I'm currently working on and building on. I got to get more mastery points, and I'm going to use my units to, you got it, that's right, to unlock that and get the cores and those sorts of things. I would then head to the offensive tree, and you're going to build this out because, again, through Act 1, 2, 3, and 4, a lot of what you're doing is you're just trying to do big damage. You're kind of trying to learn the basics of the game, the parries, the dexing, and that sort of thing. Doing more damage is going to help you obviously get those fights over faster. You're going to move your way through from left to right. Again, I'm purposely pausing on some of this so you can take a screenshot. And then this is kind of like, I personally like this as a player who knew a lot of what I was doing as I was going through the beginning game. I found this to be very helpful. This is the despair. It's like that heart with the X on it, pretty far on the right-hand side. You do need to get those cores to unlock it. This is going to help you reduce healing with your champions that are putting debuffs on. This is getting a little bit more advanced, but I know that this is also a progressing player's guide too. So when you hear me talk about despair on my tier list or champion reviews or something like that, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You do eventually want to get this unlocked. It's really important. Extremely helpful. And then we'll very quickly talk about the defense tree. This one can be a little bit confusing. There's a spot here, and I want to show it to you. As you're moving through, not all players will tell you, in-game players fully agree on this. Now, I personally like it. As you're moving on through down the bottom portion of this tree, you can get to stand your ground. I personally like it at 5 out of 5. Every once in a while, I do make a mistake, and it helps me out when I'm using this offensively. But also on the other side of it, as you know, as I said earlier, I enjoy the PvP aspect of the game. And so this makes my defenders a little more frustrating to fight. So I like using this it's kind of like almost like an extra bonus point. You can kind of think of it that way. I will go ahead and max out this 5 of 5. What I'm saying though here, and I'll get to that point, is you might want to go 4 out of 5. You do not need to hit 5 out of 5 in order to get to this next point we're about to talk about, which is willpower. Now, this is an important mastery, but you can also see that I've only got it at 1 out of 3. It's farther along in the tree, and so it can be a little deceiving or counterintuitive to think like, well, wait a minute, why do you have what looks like a very similar mastery maxed out, and then you only have what it should be or looks like a much stronger one? And when you really look at the fine print of this and you start to understand the game, you start to see why. You're going to want to put the 3 out of 3 points into recovery, and then the 1 point into willpower. And then if you've completely got past this point as far as your mastery tree, stop by one of my live streams, or if you're really interested, maybe I can consider doing a full-on mastery video at some point. You want to 100% Act 5. There's maybe some exceptions. Again, stop by live stream or ask me here in this video. I do enjoy reading the comments and interacting with people. You can ask me like, hey, in this one scenario, should I maybe not? But by and large, you're going to want 100% it. Kabam has very recently updated the rewards and I believe even the content of Act 5 to the point where 100%ing Act 5 gets you so far into your 6-star champions who are going to see you through a very, very long time. They're going to help you also rank up your 5-star champions that I'm still currently using, yes, in Act 7. So you can kind of get the big jump. You can see we have this red one under, it looks like a bit of a scroll with a check mark. You're going to want to click there, okay? And it's going to take you to all these events. These are various things you can do in game. They help you understand like, hey, if I beat this and that and I get rewards, it's really helpful. You do want to go through this. But the one that needs to be shouted out, and this is very recent in the game's history, is this super daily event. You just play the game. That's what's so great about this is you literally just play the game. And in doing that, you're going to get these rewards that are incredibly helpful to you in progressing through the game. You only want to rank the champions that you're enjoying, but especially in these beginning stages, before you're at the full end game, you really want to make sure you need these champions. You don't want to just start ranking someone up and then realize they weren't very good or you didn't really need them, or you wish you had that gold, because you can see it costs gold to level up and it costs ISO to level up as well. And you wish you had that back. Now, I have a section where I'm going to talk to you about that. But right now, the big thing to focus on is make sure you both, one, enjoy the champion, you read them, right? If you look at this, they have some pretty detailed kits. Don't worry. Again, I'm going to help you out with that as well too. Some pretty detailed kits that are going to help you take on the challenges of the defenders and the nodes. The big takeaway, the big important part here is rank for need. Rank for what's going to see you a longer time. One of the things that could happen is you might start to run low on gold or ISO. That can happen. It's okay. Don't worry. Again, via playing the game, remember that super daily event? Well, there was some crystals in there that are going to be incredibly helpful to you. And you can see there's these fragments. Sorry, not crystals, but fragments. And if you go to the special tab under the crystals page, so you see this right here, crystals, and then you go to the special tab on the far right, literally right here, and I'm going to open some because I'll eventually need them. You can use your fragments. You open these up, and it is going to be a bit RNG. So hopefully we're going to get a nice mix of gold and some ISO. Boom, perfect. We've got a nice spread, which doesn't always happen. That's really well, almost like that was planned. Nice job, Kabam. You can see that's a variety of the classes, right? That's Cosmic, Mutant, Mystic, and Skill. And then with Gold. And then as we've talked about with the Events tab, they're running an event because they just started with the PC, which I'm looking forward to. Hopefully you are as well. Let me know. Are you playing on a phone or a PC or both? That would be really helpful to me and continue to make this video better and better as I do future iterations. One of the biggest sources of frustration I see from just video questions, stream questions is, hey, I'm thinking about leaving my alliance. I am not playing this game the way they are. They're either way more competitive than I am, or I am way more competitive than they are. It's happened time again. It's happened to me multiple times over the course of 10 years. And my advice is completely play the game with people who are playing the way you want to play. That can be via the mode that they're playing, that can be their activity level, or those sorts of things. The game is more fun in an alliance. There's not only modes that require you to be in an alliance to compete in them, but also you get more rewards from the alliance play. Plus the social aspect can be very fun, the team building and that sort of thing in the All right, now there's two things before we get you out and playing the game and having fun. And if you've made it this far, I think you can tell I'm a very genuine person. I'm also very confident. I'm honest and I mean what I'm saying. And I believe in the videos I make and the people I work with that give me their advice and their experience, right? We have a ton of videos out there for you, not only reviewing the champions, but I think as far as getting yourself started and getting going, all of these various tier lists where myself, and again, the MCoC Illuminati, not named by me, but by the viewers. They're like, these guys are so smart and they share all this knowledge that we put together these tier lists. You can see a variety of them. I literally do one. It's 5 years running, the best champions in the game. And if you didn't catch it at the beginning, this is literally the live game lead for Marvel Contest of Champions.
Yeah, I use the sheet. Your tier list is the one that I use internally, and then I give to other designers when they ask me for a tier list.
And then, of course, I'm putting out tier lists all the time to help people understand, and we format the various tier lists for like progressing players, not best champions, not 7 stars yet, those sorts of things. Best for Battlegrounds, best to Awaken, best 7 stars. because we realize all of us are playing this game in a variety of different ways. And the more we analyze the information for the format you are playing, the way you're playing, the better off that information is going to be for you. So hit subscribe, hit like, and then make sure you subscribe to the full Illuminati as well. And then there's one more tip before we get you out here. And the last one is have fun. It's a game. It's meant to be fun. As you can see on literally the alliance, I was like, finally, I'm just starting an alliance like this. Life over game. This game can be phenomenal, and being one of the sweatiest in-game players, I've done it, and I've done it for years. It is a blast, and literally still right now, I think I'm ranked in the top 700 in Battlegrounds. Where I end up, I'm totally A-okay with, because I'm very involved in this game. I know this game exceptionally well, but I have a life that I want to lead and do and have fun, and it is very, very possible. As usual, well, this might be your first year, so you don't know, but as usual, let me know what you think I got right. Let me know what you think I got wrong. Let me know what would be more helpful to a new player or progressing player to include in a video like this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.